Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we like to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akakodash, Abamas, the elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching and teaching His word in sincerity and in truth. This is your brother Shafal from the James Jamaica camp. A quick lesson. This lesson is one where supposed to get our brothers, in the back in the mindset of being a king, and when we say that, we're not just saying that because it sounds good, we're saying that because we're rightful heir to the throne, man. Right? Yahweh, it's like the Most High, all right, as our dear and His Son, all right, and through Yahushai the Son, all right, we're going to be joint heirs, man. All right. Scripture telling in Revelation that we're going to be, and also Deuteronomy, that we're going to be a nation of kings and priests, and that's what we're waiting on. Now, we're here in this wicked society where it's hard for a man look at himself and think he's a king, all right? Because as the scripture says, let's get a quick scripture. Let's get a quick scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5. It said, "There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth." Right? So we're prince and kingsmen of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, even the Father and His Son. Right? That's the name of the powers that be. All right? And we are kingsmen, right? And the what is required of a king, we can look upon the greats like King Solomon, King David. Those are honorable men, right? They were honorable in deeds, they were honorable in their actions, they were honorable in their words, they portray an honorable character, because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was dealing with them. All right, now it's the same thing today as we as men of the Lord, we're in this faith, man. We have been blessed, right? And even though we come to this truth, rugged around the edges, man, we're supposed to, this word is supposed to mold us in that king mindset or that kingly frame, right? That's when we come out, because that's what the truth is about, man. The truth is about changing you, right? That's why we are called to this, man, right? That's why the Lord put His mercy, right, towards us for we to get this truth, man. So when we read all of these things, man, we start to take on the characteristics of these scriptures. We start, our behavior start be more fashion unto His. But He's a great king, that's the pinnacle of righteousness. Alright? And that's what we're yearning for, man. Okay? But now, as we say, we are in another transition period wherein, we we're getting there, man. And some brothers are more closer than some, but nevertheless we all have to hold on to that mentality, to that way of living, to the life, to the scriptures, which teach us a lot of things. And that's the reason why two-thirds of our people cannot get how the men of the Lord or fashion or move, in Jamaican terms. We just move different. I mean, our fashion is, as the scriptures say, I believe our wisdom of Solomon, his fashion is of another fashion. He's not of our kind. Look, man, Lord have set up a network of brothers, right? And the righteousness which are on these men is never been seen, right? For years. Never since the scriptures was been written of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob And all our forefathers, man, have no righteousness have ever been on the earth like what it is now, man. And that's a great thing. That's why we always say we're privileged to get by this truth, man. Galatians 4 and verse 1 say, I know I say that the heirs, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. So, when you're a king, you have Game of Thrones, you have a lot of movies which you can use. For example, wherein a king, he's a child, yet still is a king. However, he has to be groomed by the men that are around him, that are appointed to him, right? And even though he's king, he has to be groomed for him to be in that seat, and that's where we are at right now, right? Verse 2 is about his honor tutor and governors until the time appointed for the father. So that's what we are, honor tutor and governors. And who are those? Or elders and apostles, even or elder brothers, which is in the statement, because it's just iron sharpeneth iron, so man sharpeneth the countenance of his friends. So all of this, we're teaching each other, man. Verse 3, even so, we, when we were children, right, were under bondage. It's like we're in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time was come, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sent forth his son, made of a woman, right, made under the law, which goes back to the law, which we have to keep the law perfect, inward parts, to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive adoption of son, right, of the sons. All right. So, yeah, man, we're under our tutorage for that time to come, man. We're gonna be kings and princes, right? Priests. The scripture refers to a nation of kings and priests. Reigning upon the earth, man. Righteousness is growing, and this is the thing that keep us grounded and keep us focused in His truth, man. Right? Because we know that we have a kingdom to come. We know that we have a lot more than what we see. And as I said before, it hurts and really hard, when you learn in righteousness and you practice in righteousness in a wicked society. Worse, that you're a king and you're being treated as a peasant, man. That's one of the worst thing. One of the worst thing, man, I could ever, do to a man. He's a king and yet he's been treated as a peasant, man. It feels, it feels uncomfortable. But we have to go through these things, man, so that which is fulfilled, can be, that which is written can be fulfilled. All right. So, let me give you another mindset, another scripture to prove the mindset, or to explain the mindset. This is Colossians 3 and verse 1. It says, if ye then be risen with Christ, with the Mashiach, seek those things that are above, right, where Christ sitteth, right, and where Mashiach sitteth, on the right hand of Yahweh, right? So, if we're being risen, right, which we're being risen now, out of this world, and we're taken and being separated, coming back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, so we're being risen with Him. But these are things we're supposed to seek. We're supposed to seek things that are above. What are above, man? Right? A throne, peace, prosperity, everlasting wisdom, knowledge and understanding, safety, salvation, all those things, man, are above for us. It's not on this earth, It's not on this earth, man. And who says above? When I was saying that, because, it sounds like a Christian, when I was say the kingdom of heaven is in the sky and it's going to fall down, upon earth, the building and all of that. No, man. Right? Scripture said the kingdom of heaven is within you. Right? But Yahushai, you have to make Him appearance, before we can get glorified. Right? When our King makes His appearance, then we are going to be glorified, right, through Him. Right? So set your affections on the things above, not on the things on earth. For ye are dead, right? And your life is hid with Yahweh Bashim Shai. So we're dead. Because what is this world dwells in, man? Sin abundantly. Abundance of sin. The scripture says the wages of sin is what? Death. Right? And we're living in sin, in a sinful kingdom, man. So we're dead. We are dying every day, man. Right? So it's a for you are dead and your life is hid with Christ, man. And we have found that. Right? So when Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then ye shall also appear with him in glory. Right? Just like what we were speaking about a while ago. So mortify therefore your members upon the earth. Right? That means to make your members dead. To put it under subjection, basically. Right? Mortify your members that are upon the earth. Fornication, uncleanness, right? Inordinate affection, evil concupiscences, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which let us go down to verse 8. So put know ye but know ye put also of all things anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communications out of thy mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the whole man, right, with his deeds. That is key, putting off the whole man with all his deeds, man, right? And renewing the mind which is in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is a clean, and a righteous mindset. And have put on the new man, which is received in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Right? So that is the point. That is the point, man. We have won the battle already, man. And regardless, we as men of Lord, we're supposed to be in a sure mindset. A mindset wherein, the things of the world don't face us, right? Things of the world don't face us, man. So, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akakodash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Graham Stone. Shalom to your brothers and highways and the byways, preaching and teaching this word in sincerity, in truth. Shalom.